So today's video is going to be a little bit different. Today I'm going to be reviewing the new Stark Varg. We're going to be making some parts for it, but this is my personal one. And I did ride it already, so it's not going to be like a first ride, but I'm just going to go over everything that a bunch of people have been asking me questions about on the new Stark. Alright guys, so I'm out here on the Stark. I just tried to go to Best Buy to get a mic. We're just going to do a little video. If you can't hear me, that sucks. But this thing is super fun. I've had a ton of fun on it already. I got it. I left my house at about 90%. I've been ripping it pretty hard all the way here. We're about 10 miles out. I had rode this thing on a city ride in Chicago, and I made it all night with those guys. It was about like a 3-hour ride, and I still had about 40% left. So this bike gets super good range for what it is. It seems like it falls off fast, but it actually, once you start like riding normal instead of full throttle, it does get pretty good range. So one thing I really like about this thing is the power is actually super smooth and easy to handle. I'm not an expert dirt bike rider by any means. I've only had one dirt bike prior in my life, and I'm not good, but it is fun and it is easy to manage. On the fly switching, it just makes it so easy. Like if I need to cruise, I can just turn it down. If I want to go faster or bob and weave a little bit, I can just turn it up like instantly. So that is super nice. One of my favorite things. Guys, this thing absolutely rips. I am 240 pounds. That wasn't even full throttle, and I looked down and I saw like either 82 or 86. Like, that's just stupid. For a dirt bike on knobbies, that's crazy. We're just hitting up Menards here because I need some fluid for my handbrake. These US models, yo, we ain't got a stop sign. These US models, apparently they can't sell it to you with the handbrake connected, so you gotta have the foot brake. But I already took it off, did the mod, super easy bolt on, but I gotta bleed it, and I didn't have any fluid at my house. Now I know all you stunters out there are gonna talk mad shit about me just doing power wheelies all over the place. I don't have my brake. This is sketchy and I suck. And that kid just puked. Nice. And we're back. Alright guys, so this is the end of the video. This is the part where I'm going to just kind of go over what I do like, what I don't like about the Stark, and just kind of show you guys a few things on it. So the first thing that I do like is that the charger is built into the stand. That's pretty cool. I'm charging it right now. Another cool thing is you can like adjust how much you want it to charge. I didn't really read any of the instructions, but I just do know from some things like Tesla's that you don't want to charge it fully, so I always just go to 97. Then you could set like how fast it charges. Mine came with the adapter because it is 220 volt here, but it came with an adapter just so I could run it regularly, so that was pretty nice. Another thing that I do like about it is all the power modes and everything on the screen are super easy to adjust. All you do is just go in through the settings, and you can set each power level on each mode yourself. So that's super nice, and also how much like drag it has, engine brake. So that's cool. It rides super nice. Even on the knobby tires on the street, it still rides really nice. The integrated lights that, like I said earlier in the video, just plug in and you could take the stalks off. Actually have the stalks in here that it comes with, front and back. I took them off, so that is super cool. The only thing so far that I found that I don't like is I don't like how long it takes to go to neutral. When you come to a stop, minimum time you can set it to is 15 seconds. I wish it was a little shorter, because I'm kind of just used to like putting in neutral and then shifting up a gear from riding that. But that's one of the things I don't like, is how long it takes to go to neutral. I'm sure I'll get used to it. Another thing I don't like is it is heavy. Definitely heavier than my Honda 250 dirt bike I had. And getting it on that stand, I'm not, you know, a little guy, and it's tricky to get it up there. So it is heavy. That's one downside. It's not crazy heavy, obviously. It's still a dirt bike, so it's not super heavy, but it's definitely heavier than a regular dirt bike. Another thing that I don't like is the ugly mirrors it comes with, but obviously that's easily changeable. As far as like riding wise goes, like I love riding it. I have so much fun on it. There's not really much I can even think of like downsides to it. I had this ton of fun on the city ride with the guys down in Chicago. I let a few people ride it. They loved it. The power is insane. This video is the first time I actually put it on 80 horse in the street, and you saw me get to like 80 something miles an hour and like that. So that's super cool. I'm sure I'll get used to it. I am going to get some Warp 9 wheels for it. And I'm sure it's going to ride 10 times better, because the knobbies are kind of not so good on the street. But it's fun just to bomb around, and if you're thinking about getting one, you definitely should. It's worth the money in my opinion. It's definitely more expensive than a regular dirt bike, but as a kid I always just wanted to be able to, you know, ride dirt bikes and four-wheelers, and now I can legally on the street thanks to Stark. So super happy that I can just have a toy like this to enjoy. If you guys have any questions, you can just leave a comment, and I'll respond if you have any questions on the bike. I was super worried about being able to get it registered in Wisconsin, because I actually, before I bought it, I asked the Wisconsin DMV, and they were telling me I needed a bunch of stuff, and I wasn't sure if it was actually going to come with all the papers that I needed, since it's not built here in the US. So I was kind of nervous, but I literally walked in with everything Stark gave me, and it was as simple as that. Paid tax and got my license plate. Insurance, there was no problem. It's registered or insured through State Farm. That was not a problem either. So yeah, if anyone's thinking about getting one, definitely do it. It's super fun. Couldn't ask for a more fun toy on the street. Obviously this is a totally different type of fun, but this thing for around town and just bombing around is super sick. Like, I would never ride this, you know, an hour long one way to work or something like that. That's what I have this for. But this, if I'm just going to mess around, have some fun, you know, go on some mini rides. And I'm actually going to take it to the dirt bike track too. So once I get the Warp 9s, I'll just have to switch them back and forth. I'm going to try to get the sprocket set up. That way I don't have to like modify the chain to go back and forth between wheels. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, I think that's the end of the video. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you could actually hear. And I'll see you on the next one.